Okay, we're back with 9.2 today. We're going to be multiplying polynomials. We saw yesterday, or the previous lesson, we did adding and subtracting. Here are your answers. There's a lot on here. Tried to fit as many problems as I could. And then here are the last couple there. Just like adding and subtracting polynomials, multiplying polynomials is fairly straightforward as well. We're not actually going to be dividing polynomials. That is very complicated. So if you wonder like where we go next with our unit, why we don't do divisions, because it's very complicated, we're going to be doing that later in chapter 12. That's a very complicated process. Okay, I'm going to just do some various methods here to show you guys. I don't normally like this method here. This is doing x times 2x plus 3. And I'm just going to, this is a rectangular version of it. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to show you guys using the distributive property because most of you guys will use that method anyway. So we're going to do x times 2x, and that is 2 times x times x, so 2x squared. And then we're going to do x times 3, which is 3x. Okay? And that is multiplying a monomial times a binomial. Okay. Here I'm going to again use the distributive property, multiply the 2x times the x cubed. So you have 2x cubed, which is that, times x cubed. So you have 2x to the 6. Then we're going to do that there. 2x cubed times 3x squared. That'll be 2 times 3, which is 6. X cubed times x squared is x to the 5th. So again, we're using our properties from chapter 8 with the exponents here. And then 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And then x cubed times x is x to the 4th. And finally, 2 times 5 is 10. And then x cubed, well, there's just an x cubed. And there you go. So that's a monomial times a polynomial. I'll do one more here for you guys. One more monomial times a polynomial. Again, we're using the distributive property, negative 21x to the 4th plus 6x to the 3rd. And then finally, negative 12x squared. All right, how about a binomial times a binomial? This is called using a table, or a lot of kids like to call this the box. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. You may have seen something like this in science, maybe not. 3x plus 2 times x minus 4. So you're going to do 3x times x, and that'll be 3x squared. You're going to do 2 times x, 2x, so 2 times the x. And then 3x times the negative 4, negative 12x, and then 2 times the negative 4 is negative 8. So we have 3x squared plus 2x minus 12x minus 8. And almost always, the middle two terms are going to combine like terms. That's what I got right there, combine like terms. So we have 3x squared minus 10x minus 8. And that is your product of the two binomials. Okay, I'm going to do one more using the box here, and then I'm going to show you another method. And you can choose which method you like better. Okay, so 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 5 times 3x is 15x. 2x times negative 6 is negative 12x. And negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. So I have this guy right here, and then I'm going to combine like terms. And you may say, well, do I have to write this out, or can I just combine like terms from this part right there, the 12 and the negative 12 and the 15? Yes, you can do that. So if you say, okay, those two add up to be negative or positive 3, you can skip this first step here and just combine like terms from the get-go there. So that's a binomial times a binomial using the box. I'm going to show you guys using, there's a method called FOIL, and it looks like a disaster. Here's FOIL. Front, outside, inside, last. So, or first, outside, inside, last. Your call, front or first. You're going to multiply the two first numbers. So 3a times a is 3a squared. Then you're going to multiply the outside numbers. Here are the outside numbers right there, O. So negative 2 times 3a is negative 6a. Then you're going to multiply the inside numbers, 4a. And then you're going to multiply the last numbers. 4 negative 2 is negative 8. And then combine like terms. And you have 3a squared minus 2a minus 8. So there you go. I'll do one more here. So let's do first. There's the f. That's 15t squared. Outside, that's negative 40t. Inside, that's 27t. And last, that is negative 72. Combine like terms. And there you go. So you can use the box or you can use FOIL. Anything else here? I want to talk about this one right here. This is a binomial times a trinomial. Now this one is interesting because you can't use the box. Well, you can't use FOIL. You have to use a box. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a larger box. So if you have a binomial times a trinomial, FOIL doesn't work, unfortunately. But that's okay. Okay, so you're just going to do a ton of multiplication here. I'm just multiplying all these boxes together. And then you're going to combine like terms. And like I said, if you want to combine like terms, like you see the x squareds here, those guys add up to 14x squared. And those guys add up to negative 19x. You can do that without writing it all out. So that's a binomial times a trinomial. And this one here would be done the same way. So, and then as I just mentioned, FOIL doesn't work on this. Why? Because you have too many terms, and it's a binomial times a trinomial. So, oops, I don't know. Okay, there's your assignment. Let me know if you guys have any questions with multiplying your polynomials, and I'll see you guys in class. Thank you.